and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Nikki. Today I have for you all a cake decorating video. I made a cake and decorated it for my sister's graduation. She graduated high school on Saturday, and I just want to put this out here. I'm not a professional cake decorator or baker, so don't judge me if it looks bad. But anyways, I just wanted to share this with you all, and let's get on into it. I'm just using a Betty Crocker Delights cake mix, and I'll be doing exactly what it says on the back of the box, except I replaced the water with milk. I'm using this Baker's Joy non-stick spray. It has flour in the spray, and it has never let me down. The cake has never stuck on me before using this, and I just really love this stuff. A cooling rack, so I just use these lids from mason jars, and I'm just going to place the cake on there, and then I will cover it with paper towels and aluminum foil, and I will let it cool for several hours or however long it takes. I want it to be completely cooled. Just dumping the cake out on plastic wrap, and then I will wrap it up in the plastic wrap, and we'll be placing it in a 2.5 gallon Ziploc bag. Just placed it in the freezer, and I will let it sit in there overnight. It is the next day, and it's time to start making the icing. You will need a large bowl, half a cup of cold water, 1 cup of vegetable shortening, 1 teaspoon of clear butter flavoring, 1 teaspoon of vanilla flavoring, a dash of salt, and a 2-pound bag of powdered sugar, and of course your food coloring. I'm going to mix the shortening until it is creamy. Now I am adding my powdered sugar, and I'll be adding a little at a time. lumpy, and I just want you to know that that is okay. It'll eventually turn into a fine powder like this until you add your liquid. I've got the cake out of the freezer now, and you don't want to get it out until you are ready for it because it will start thawing on you. Most of the time I do a crumb coat, but on this day I was running short on time, so I just put a thick coat of icing on, and it was really easy to do since it was frozen. I didn't really have that big of a problem with crumbs. I just want to mention that the recipe for the icing usually doesn't make enough to do a whole cake. I usually always have to make more, and I also want to mention that I will leave the full recipe down in the description box in case you're interested in making this. If you are OCD, you're probably not going to like watching me ice around the edges of this cake because I'm going to be adding a border, so I'm not really that concerned with what they look like because the border will cover it up. And I know that's not the attitude I have when making a cake, but it is what it is. I'm just mixing up some blue icing to write with. I like to mix the icing in a plastic cup, that way I'm not dirtying up a bunch of dishes. Now I've just set it in the fridge for a few minutes to let it get stiff so it's easier to write with. And now I'm just going to cut a slit in the bottom of the piping bag and stick the piping tip in it. When you first start writing with the piping tip, it's sort of messy until you get the hang of it. So I would suggest starting on a piece of paper until you get the hang of it and then start on the cake. And that's what I wish I would have done, because you can see that the congrats is a little sloppy. But when I put her name, it's a little better. It's not the best, but it's better than the congrats was. Now I'm just mixing up another shade of blue for the border. Getting the right shade that I wanted, so I decided to use a different brand of food coloring. And I just want to say I wouldn't do that unless you've done it before and it's worked out for you, because this time I don't know what happened, but it was like my icing got runny or something, and I think it might have been where I mixed the two different food colorings. Now I am using piping tip number 21. put it in the fridge for a little bit because it was starting to get really runny and I wanted to stiffen it up a little bit. And while I did that, I went ahead and put the 2 graduation ducks on there, and I also wrote "We love you" on there. You can see right here, it started getting runny on me again. It wasn't really doing what I was wanting to do. It was doing its own thing. This right here, I wish I wouldn't have done. I was trying to make like little fireworks or something around the "Congrats, Kelsey," but I think it just turned out bad. So when you think you're done, don't go back and start adding stuff. Well, that is it for this cake video. I hope I can help you out with things not to do. I should probably name this "What Not to Do in Making a Cake." But anyways, here it is. I hope y'all like this, and I hope y'all enjoyed this, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.